maybe the Shadow Fiend, but he's not going to hit very fast at the beginning, and that's what you really need. A hard hitter and like very fast damage. So we'll see. The only thing that's a little bit curious to me is that they have all ranged heroes with a Darkseer. Typically, you want to have at least some kind of melee hero with Darkseer to benefit from the Ion Shell a little bit. But outside of the Ion Shell damage, you do have some potential for a wombo combo with the Darkseer Puck. That can be very, very devastating if Darkseer gets farmed.
The interesting thing to me is you mentioned this earlier on Cloud9's side is that they have not much lockdown. HellRaisers, until they hit level 6 on a couple of their heroes, it's the same for them. You look at Puck with Dream Coil, Winter Wyvern with Winter's Curse. They have a slow coming out from the Huskar ultimate as well, but they could still get kited as well, even with the Huskar. Like, they could get, there's obviously on the other side, Phoenix has the Icarus dive, the Io Tether to get out if necessary. Maybe not so much for the Shadow Fiend or the Gyrocopter, but they could get relocated out as well. Rubik might have some issues. So there is that potential to get kited. They don't have as much lockdown for HellRaisers, but that might not be a problem. We'll have to wait and see. They're going to be aggressive here for Cloud9. They're going to head into the enemy jungle, just looking to maybe ward up real quick, as well as just take over the jungle and maybe even try to get in a fight here. I don't know what they want to go for. They get the ward down, and that's going to be it for now. So just some contentious play from Cloud9 so far.
And they're going to go aggro. I think this is probably the right decision. I don't think that you can just go willy-nilly about your lanes and let Huskar get free farm, because I do grant you that, yes, HR don't have really any disables either, but I think it's more important to the side of C9 that they have disables against Huskar rather than HR having disables against, I don't know, Shadow Fiend or whatever.
Right.
I think they'll be okay without the disables, whereas I think Cloud9, they need to win the laning phase to make sure Huskar doesn't get as much farm. bo3 taking some damage up top. It's going to be a 2-3 split as far as the bounty runes go. Fata will get the top rune, and then Puck will get the bottom.
And Dred's actually just running at Fata, but he went Ion Shell first. Doesn't have that surge. He's actually taking a lot of damage. There's the raise. The second one will miss. It wouldn't be enough to get the kill anyways. bo3 could have chased him down, but no Icarus dive. Dred should be able to get out just fine here. And HellRaisers look like they don't know where they're going just yet. They leave just a noob down bottom by himself for now. This aggressive tri lane, I was concerned that C9, I don't know what they would be able to do here. They're actually just going to dual lane mid for now. They have the Io with Fata. Very interesting. Arman's going to be here as well with that from Ninja. They throw up the Arctic Bird, no tail, taking some heavy damage. He's saving up for that bottle, and he'll have it soon, but not quite yet.
There was 2 uphill misses there from RMN. I think that Wisp would have been really, really close to dying if he hit both of those attacks. Anyway, it's going to be kind of dual lane setups here, so Goddamn and Just a Noob. The bottom lane. Oh, I look away for a second, and Puck gets the first blow, but he actually dies in the process, but yeah.
Came through. I think he used the orb. Was able to get the kill. And I didn't catch it either. I looked away for half a second as you did. We got it. It's all good. So that's first blood. And of course, they do trade the kill. Fata does end up getting the rebuttal kill, which helps him get towards maybe that bottle, whatever he's going for next week. Yeah, he has the bottle coming out on the courier now. Now, bottom lane, Arman and Misery are just going to go a little bit toe-to-toe here. He does have the Arctic Bird. Misery has the telekinesis as well. Tether comes through. Here comes Envy diving behind the tower. Just a noob is like, give me that just beautiful, delicious Io. They're not going to be able to grab him. No, Arman getting turned on. Last right click. They can't find it. Rock Barrage going to work. Goddamn in trouble. Everybody's low. They finally get the kill with the flat cannon. Fateful going goddamn, staying aloft just for a moment. He'll end up falling. And then Cloud9 with an easy dive. They get a double kill for Envy. They're already putting pressure on the tower. TP back in. They want to kill. It's canceled. It was canceled. They decided not to go for it. They didn't want to get dove again. And Justin Noob does get back in the lane.
I think the decision to go aggro is very, very smart from Cloud9. Envy is trying to run away. I think he should be fine. Even without boots, he runs really, really fast at 350 movement speed. But like Huskar is very, very scary with farm, especially against this lineup. But he's actually a bit overrated in lane. Like, he doesn't really do that much without levels early on, and his damage with Burning Spears is pretty negligible early levels. So I think it's really, really smart from Cloud9 to go aggro. Yes, Winter Wyvern is very, very scary, but he started out in the mid, so he wasn't like essentially all the way there. Big Daddy No Tail taking a little bit of damage. He's just gonna tether away and be fine.
Yeah, that last right click doing a decent chunk of damage, but he will survive, sitting at 70 some odd HP now. He gets his bottle as well, so he'll be able to regen up. This, like you were mentioning, Huskar is gonna have a rough time. Laning phase, this doesn't look good. This looks pretty ugly coming over HellRaisers. He's not getting anything in terms of farming. He has 5 CS. It's not that bad, but already dying once the Gyrocopter. He doesn't really care right now about the Berserker's Blood. It's only level 1. It only gives you 4% bonus resistance, which is, I guess isn't that bad, but still, if you're low enough, you're gonna die early on in the game.
Yeah, and he what you really want to do is rush the armlet too, but I think he needs boots in this kind of lane.
Yeah.
Like the gyro is just so damn fast, especially once he gets boots. It's going to be like 365 move speed. Here comes the lift coming out.
That was a max.
Here comes the damage. Now it's getting split up against the creeps. He might still go down. It's going to be close. Ooh. He will salve up and be okay. Good
salve. Armin coming back in, takes a bit of the rocket barrage. The creeps being a nuisance. Suri got like a max range telekinesis. Like, this is going to be a kill. Not quite mid lane. Fata going to go down to Ninja, getting a bit too aggressive. Gets off the orb and the waning rift. Fata overextending and dying. And that's going to be enough pickup for Ninja. So at least they've got that going for them mid. But bottom lane is still just disastrous here for HellRaisers.
Yeah, well, I think they're doing well in the other two lanes. So Ninja just picked up a kill, solo kill at that. Top lane, Dread's up to 23 CS compared to 17. He's back laning as he should be. If they can stop the bleeding and not, like, you know, trade 1 for 3 or 0 for 3 again in the bottom lane, I think they'll be okay. They just need to buy time for Huskar to get an armlet somehow.
Yeah, but
maybe Puck hits 6 and rotates down there. That's probably the best time that you can look for here for HR.
The thing is, even if they give some space to Huskar, it doesn't farm particularly fast, I don't think. Misery gonna get caught out. Arctic Burn, good tether move speed coming through. They have the Ice Vortex on the ground as well, but Misery's still hightailing it out of there with no connected. And Dread is going to go down to the Dire. I don't know what happened there. He was diving bo3. Looks like he took some tower damage, then just died. He tried to get away. Right. That could work. I don't know what happened there, but excellent stuff.
Yeah, well, I wasn't watching. That's kind of interesting. Anyway.
I mean, sometimes you just got to die to creeps, I guess. I'm assuming that him and bo3 went toe-to-toe, and he didn't get the better end of it, but at least he died to creeps, so. I don't know, man. This game's already pretty crazy. It's 5-2, so like Fata died mid against a Puck solo, which is weird, and you have bottom lane, which is just a shit show, if you will. Top lane, bo3's gonna Icarus dive and TP away as Dread finally got back up there. And
right. I feel like Phoenix is doing very, very well in the top lane. Actually, I thought this was gonna be a much higher discrepancy, but bo3 still finding CS despite the creeps being under his tower almost all the time, which can be difficult. It's not like he really hits that hard anyway. Yeah. And he's actually going to be the first to rotate on the side of Cloud9, or in the game. As he's coming bottom, he does have his supernova up and ready to go. If he hits him with a fire spirit, it's like an easy 3 for nothing, and they are going to dive now.
Just going in. Yeah, there's going to be a telekinesis. It's going to be onto just a noob. He doesn't get the stun off. Misery chased down. Here comes the supernova. Dream Crawl comes in. They lose Big Daddy No Tail. Ninja gets down there in time. bo3's going to fall as well. Turns into a 3 for 3 as across the board. And actually lost Darkseer elsewhere. Then Envy goes down to that bottom lane. HellRaisers turn it around. It is 4 for 3. That was looking beautiful for Cloud9. And then all of a sudden, Ninja rotates down, kills the IO, and that turns things around.
And it really should have been a 4 for 2, but I think Fata was running up towards top or had a rune or something, but got the kill on the Darkseer.
Yes. Yep.
So regardless of that kill, it was a fantastic exchange in favor of HR, and that's what they needed. So the rotation from the Phoenix seemed okay, but even at level 5, and well, I should say level 1 Berserker's Blood, that Huskar still attacks quite quickly.
Yes.
Or quite fast, I should say, when he's low, and that egg just did nothing.
Level 1 Supernova is ass, man. Let's be honest here.
It's just very, very underwhelming.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. Misery's taking a lot of damage here from Ninja with a double damage rune. Last right click, they can't get it off. Here comes the Icarus dive, some Flame Spirits as well. Ninja raise up, and he will phase shift. It's still taking damage. Last right click, they get the kill with the Fire Spirits. bo3 coming in. Rotations everywhere. Shenanigans happening all across the map. And Cloud9 do get the kill onto the Puck, who's a little too far forward.
Did we know Ninja's most played hero is SF with 34 games? Fata's is Puck. Oh, okay. It's a little bit of role reversal here.
Yeah. Odd, but still, this game has been odd in general. Listen, it's been an odd day. We waited an hour to get into the game, guys. So this is to be expected, I suppose. It is 6-9 currently. HellRaisers, they're still looking for farm here for this Huskar. And he actually has gotten some room to work with. And the kills bottom certainly helped out. Treads and now the Helm of Iron Will. It's not the greatest, but he's getting room, and that's the best thing you can ask for here with the early start he had.
Oh, he's doing much better than he obviously was. Triple kill really, really helped. They've pushed them out of the bottom lane. RMN taking some damage. He's going to have to just TP out, but nobody gets lifted. Maybe he can use his first spell. He uses his Cold Embrace to heal himself, so the physical damage will not really be there, but he still dies. So unfortunate for him, he's fed up a couple. But they have pushed them out of the bottom lane, which I think is the most important thing.
Yeah.
They need to get this Huskar farm. If you look at their lineup, they're not going to really win without him getting a good start, right? I mean, maybe Puck can take over a game, which Half a Ninja could possibly do. But his CS is only at 27. It's not like he's really farming that much.
I think it comes down to the Puck and the Darkseer together, man. Like, you talked about that Wamba combo earlier. They have that potential. Darkseer is up to level 8, which is not bad. You just make more room for the Huskar with these two heroes. FNJ's had a great game so far, and I think a lot of people would agree that he's probably the best player on HR. At least that's what I would say, but he's already making space, and he's going to have to just get back.
I've actually always been really impressed by Dread.
Yeah.
He hasn't had that great of a game so far, but I think in general he's probably impressed me the most. But yeah, if Afro Ninja, I think he's the one that plays Tinker, right?
Yeah, that was the game we saw earlier, way earlier. That was like the beginning of the season.
It was Tinker. It was HR versus Secret.
Yes.
And he came back with a Yule's Tinker. And I'll never forget that game. It was a really memorable game.
I always wonder why no one picked up, Yule's Tinker after that game, because that was just such an impressive display. There was a bit of throws from Secret for sure in that game, but Afro Ninja has been very impressive throughout this entire season. I mean, they're in the playoffs, and no one would have given them a chance here. They take the series, they move on, they're in the money. We'll have to wait and see. They're currently in not the biggest predicament, but they're still behind here as Cloud9 starting to play some aggressive wards. Misery gets one here up on the Uber Cliff, which is well done. He's actually just going to rotate mid, sees Afro Ninja. Tower's kind of low, but they're not pushing in yet. bo3's taking up the jungle. He's actually got 2,000 gold. Not going for that Midas that we see pretty often. Maybe just going to go for a Blink Dagger, which we see more and more now in Phoenixes. We'll see if he goes for that.
I think the slower pace of the game is...
All right.
It kind of works both ways. Like, Shadow Fiend can get tons of farm, which is great, but I think that AA needs a lane. Like, they need to get an armlet onto the Huskar, and I think he needs to go do stuff, and AA needs to get his level 6. Speaking of AA, he's very, very slow. He's taking some damage from Envy, who's invaded his jungle a little bit. But, like, if AA gets 6, then the healing from the IO is not really going to be that effective. The rotom potential diminishes completely because of one AA blast. So I think his levels are extremely important here.
Conversely, the IO, who also needs levels, is not getting the most out of this lane or just roaming around. His experience, he's level 4. Misery is level 6, so they've got the spell steal to go for them. And we haven't even begun to see the potential of Cloud9 with relocate coming through. So I'm excited to see what they can do. They're just kind of, like you said, invading the jungle. Goddamn, and Justinoob actually just walked back to their tier 2 tower. They do not feel safe down bottom. That is very clear. And they'll instead get a lot of room to work with up top. RMN will jungle with the Iron Shell on top of him. After Ninja's going to rotate in as well. Trying to get to that Blink Dagger. They'll surge away the Darkseer. So where we're at now is Envy is still farming pretty well. They gave a bit of room to Justinoob. Now he's going to jungle up here. I feel like maybe Huskar is going to hit more of a peak early on than Envy will. Because of the Berserker's Blood, because of the armlet. He'll be able to fight a little bit heavier. And I don't know. Maybe it comes down to how Bot plays here. Speaking of bots, all right, he has an invis room. Just kidding. He's not getting jumped on.
Yep, and he's farming well. He's pretty close to his mech. He's actually going to walk upwards. He might even break the smoke of these two heroes there. I think they're actually trying to dodge. Oh, now they see him, but he's invis. So they know he's here, which really, really sucks. They're not going to be able to do anything with this smoke. And they're spotted out. Dread's running around. Here comes possibly some damage from SF. There's the wall.
Interesting. Dread, you're alone, man. He went for it all.
Tower is under attack.
There was only one hero there when he started that wall, and then 3 others rotated in, and they got an easy kill. And the wall's down, but they're going to go in. Supernova gets off just in time. Justinoob doesn't have much Berserker Blood stacks, but it doesn't matter. That is level 1 Supernova, and it's when there's 3 heroes nearby, and you don't get the Flame Spirits off, it's just not great.
That was really weird, so he missed all of his spells on Puck, and then they just used the Supernova without getting any Fire Spirits down. The Supernova, first of all, level 1, as you mentioned, is just pretty awful, but Supernova without Fire Spirits on heroes is just even worse. So, unfortunate he had to use that there. Gives off a freebie. Dread, TP's top. He's making his way towards his mech as well, but he's died 3 times, which is obviously a little hard to deal with. But this, I think, is the most important thing. Goddamn is now free farming in the bottom lane. And until he gets... Oh, this could really, really bad. They don't have a lane war for him. I think Phoenix is going to get a free kill down here.
He is... got no idea. He's so close to level 6. Oh, is he going to back up now? No. Fire Spirits are about to come out, and yeah, this is going to be an Icarus dive coming through. He'll try to TP away. Will he make it? No, the last right click from bo3 comes through. Oh, that was very close. Nice play, but he doesn't get out with a TP. Speaking of mech, by the way, you talked about the one for the Darkseer. Potts has his, and this is what you were talking about earlier. On the other side, FNJ just blows up Isle and gets the courier. That provides him his Blink Dagger. That's huge.
That's so big. The very timely DD. He also has coil up in 1 second.
Oh, after they say go for it, he doesn't see him. He doesn't see him.
Oh, nighttime. That would have been so big. Oh, unfortunate. But obviously the exchange is phenomenal for him. As Fata TP's mid, he does have mech. He already used it though. He just
fight brewing here, man. We have a fight brewing potentially. Everyone's coming in from the top ruin spot / jungle from the side of HellRaisers. Wall should be back up now. Envy does have a hell of the Dominator. Even brings up his Alpha Wolf. Just get extra damage. Meanwhile, they jump in. They'll find bo3. Justin chasing after him. Dreamcoil comes in. And the wall vacuum comes out. They stole it, though. But there's the Winter's Curse. Envy, the only one here. The Arctic Bird comes out. The Splitter Blast as well. Gets the call down. Dread's going to hightail it out of here. The call down. And Rock Barrage Flat Cannon doing too much damage. Dread going to run back in. Fata has mech in 20. Long range jump. Ice Blast going to miss. There's that secondary Requiem. Envy solo. Uphill miss. Not enough damage. Didn't miss, but here he comes. Looking for the kill. Phase Shift comes out. After NJ gets it done, chasing after Misery, won't be able to find him, but HellRaisers do take that fight in the end, although they do lose their tier 1 tower.
I wish I could go back, but I feel like when Fata TP mid, he like, I don't know if he accidentally used mech or if he purposely used it, but they were all like full HP and they were still fighting with the mech on cooldown. It's got a very long cooldown now, 65 seconds, and they still continued that fight and wasn't able to use it throughout that, so I think it makes a big, I think that's a big deal, honestly. On a hero that's your biggest item, is like over 2,000 gold, you just purchase it and then you're trying to fight 5v5 and you don't have it available. I think it's a bit of a mistake, but nonetheless, HR with that fresh blink dagger on Puck making a big fight.
That was also a wall steal as well, and that provided a bit of damage coming through on top of the call down. Envy almost turned that fight around, but
it was a nice call down, yes.
Yeah. So, all right, where are we at? 11 to 13. Look at the graphs real quick. HellRaisers have a very slight, if at all, advantage in terms of net worth. And then experience it is only 2,000, which is pretty good. They're going to head bottom. bo3 does have a supernova, but still, it is only level 1. He's close to that level 11. He wants it. Oh, Justin didn't see him. The nighttime vision again. And bo3 will Icarus dive, TP away. He'll actually survive.
We need some moon shards here on some of these players.
God.
So they can find these ganks a little bit easier in nighttime. It's killing them.
Yeah.
Anyway, D-Ward coming out here from RMN. No uphill misses anymore, thank God. Hashtag support life is now free. That was the most annoying thing ever, by the way. Playing Crystal Maid and attacking an uphill ward was just the worst.
The worst thing ever. Not
anyway,
fun.
Justin Anub, he is doing very, very good for himself now. The typical build here for Huskar after this I've seen is, obviously you get the lifesteal, you can do Roshan extremely easily. You stay in the fights especially in this game, you stay in the fights forever because there's really no hard lockdown other than the Rubik. That's about it. The A-Blast is to be annoying. And the Puck, too, with the coil. Some damage coming out. Is it enough to actually shatter him? I think so.
It's going to be close. This last tick, is it going to be enough? It will be! Oh, man, that was the closest it could have possibly been. He dies to the last tick. How unfortunate.
Oh, boy. What a gank. Just very, very close, but he still gets it. Did they notice that Rubik is up here? That's close. Anyway, they're going to push bottom at the same time. They're spreading the map a little bit better, side of HR. And finally, it's daytime. The ganks do get a little bit easier. Although it goes both ways, because it means you can see a little bit further away, too.
IO does hit level 6, so Notel's got that going for him. They haven't used a relocate gank yet, obviously, with him just hitting that at level 6. They're going to smoke up instead. They're going to head towards the bottom jungle, and Justin Noob could be food for them. It's going to be 3 heroes down here. They should be able to kill him with all of this damage. But is he going to walk away from this? It looks like he might. They're relocating. They know where he is. They're going to relocate and jump right on top of him. They can't quite get there, though. They relocate a little too far back. Winter's Curse comes out. No Tail gets blown up by Fata. They jump in on the Phoenix. He can't get his egg off. Armin can't CP away. Envy did cancel with a homing missile, but still, they're coming in. They're coming in hot on the side of HellRaisers. Now they're going to use the Arctic Bird. Jump in. Puck, phase shift. That comes through from Fata. They're trying to fight. This isn't going to work out. Cloud9. Fata will fall. 4 dead. Misery hightailing it out of there with a surge that he stole. Luckily enough, he's the only one to survive in that slaughter. HellRaisers take it 4 for 1. And actually gonna find Misery. Half an NJ jumps in and gets a double kill. Oh, this is turning disastrously for Cloud9.
Okay, forget what I said about the, not drafting Tiny because of the Wyvern potential pit coming up, because that Shadow Fiend just destroyed the Wisp. This is why this hero is so good against Wisp, because if you have any kind of damage, right-clicking damage dealer on your team, whether it be Tiny or this case is a Shadow Fiend, it just absolutely destroys them. Not only does it kill them, but it it takes up two heroes. Like it wastes 2 of the heroes at a time. It locks 2 heroes down in one spell. It's an amazing spell. One of the best ults in the game, honestly, especially for a Wisp, Wisp duo. So fantastic stuff there from the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, that was the best possible way to start things off. I'm surprised that Cloud9 didn't just retreat in full force, but maybe they realized they had no other option. I'm not sure, man. Like it looked like they just kind of committed to that fight, and they were going to lose that regardless of what happened.
It makes me wonder if instead of first overall picking the Wisp, you just take it second, because you get first pick, then they take 2, and then if you take the Wisp next, then it gives you an easy chance to ban out the Wyvern in the second phase. But if you take it first, then they have 2 options to do so. EE taking some damage. He does get hit by the Ice Blast yet again. Very easy pickoff.
That was without the Dagon that Affinity just picked up, by the way. This guy's having a heck of a game. Oh my god.
I mean, the AA's hit 6, and he's pretty much hit all his Ice Blast, so credit to goddamn as well.
Yeah. Forget what they meant the switch, but Dread is now playing the 3 role instead of the support. He's gonna find...
Wall back in mid.
He wants it. He really does. And they're getting close. No tail. Oh. I know someone's here, but they're gonna jump it. There's the vacuum. There's the wall. Fata. They get the supernova off. Fata's gonna mech up. Dread getting low, but not dead yet. Stays alive once more with a 6 charge, and Justinu finishes off the supernova. Now they find Misery as well. Another beautiful Ice Blast from Goddamn. He'll steal the Ice Vortex, but he's gonna shatter and get right-clicked down by Goddamn. And another 4, almost 5-man wipe if you consider Envy part of that engagement. And HellRaisers are taking fight after fight after fight, Tralf. It's looking pretty horrible for Cloud9 right now.
It's gonna, like I said, it's even gonna get worse though, because they have no real way to not only lock down the Huskar. That's one problem, locking him down so that he can't attack, but then how do you kill him on top of that, even if you can lock him down? I don't think they can. I don't think they have enough right-click damage on Shadow Fiend. They would need like a Butterfly, S and Y, maybe Daedalus, eventually, but he's not getting those items. He's not getting the time and the farm that he needs. But even if he did, like, how do you lock him down outside of a Rubik lift? You can't. So yeah. I think they're in a really rough spot, and I think this last pick Huskar has been pretty smart here against C9, despite the fact that they had a really good start in the laning phase. I do still agree that it was the right decision to go aggro.
Yeah.
But as soon as the rotations came out, they rotated in with the Phoenix, and then Puck came in with the Coil. The Coil was just so much better than the Supernova.
Yeah. Affinity has made every play to keep them, and actually, keep them ahead in this game. This has been his game right now. Despite everyone else playing pretty well for HellRaisers, Affinity has been making these plays. Dread's gonna get hit up with an Icarus dive, and I think no Fire Spirit actually coming through from both. And that's back. Oh my god, 6 synergy. Dread gets a back into the Ice Blast, which wasn't even necessary. It was gonna hit regardless, but it was damn cool to watch.
I mean, he's hit like every Ice Blast, which is honestly a little bit easier said than done. Like, you have to predict the movements very well of the heroes. Yeah. Obviously, with a Coil too to help you out, it can be really nice in team fights. The Darkseer vacuum as well can help you out. And do they have the mech up on Dread? I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, he's also got a blink in 1600 gold.
Yeah.
They could just push towers. How are they going to get stopped?
No, this is that a Solar Crest? Yeah. There's going to be oh no, he has a Talisman of Evasion. They don't even need a Solar Crest. Yeah. Oh my god, and then you do as a Gyrocopter. You can't do magic damage. And your right-click damage, well, you're going to miss half the time. Well, not half, but you know what I mean. Anyways.
Yeah. And I think the Halberd's... Oh, well, it's going to be good for Shadow Fiend too, but he didn't just pick up a BKB. So there's that. I don't even think you have to Halberd the Gyro. His auto attack damage is negligible at this point.
I'm pretty sure we missed that one. Bottom lane, Envy is going to get Winter's Curse. They have Dread nearby the Iron Shell to right-click as well, and Envy's just like, please leave me alone. I just want to farm, guys, and I don't know if he's going to get that opportunity. But it's going to hit. There's the back. That will get the kill. Dread will take significant damage, but gets earned up, and then Guardian Greaves, which he just brought out. By the way, Armin also has a Glimmer Cape. They're getting their items, Tralf. They're getting it done.
Yeah. And we got baited by the courier. There was one, look, it still has low health right now. You can see it. He was so close to killing it, but got the Winter's Curse on him in the last second. Really nice play by RMN. And it does scale nicely in terms of duration. Goes up by 0.5 each level, which is all you need. You just want the more duration. It's fantastic. And yeah, the Halberd is just about completed here for this Huskar.
That's just another item to deal with. They've already got so much. The Glimmer Cape, obviously. The Guardian Greaves coming through. There's even a Dagon for the Puck. You got great initiation. Fots with BKB, that's going to be one big item that they really need. But like you mentioned, the problem is Envy just doesn't have harm at all. He's got nothing. He got that Helm of the Dominator, and since then he has been stifled at every turn. But here we go. Vacuum Wall comes in on a 3. They will get the Requiem Wall with the Fata. So far, Misery the only one to fall, but Justin going over, he'll get the Supernova. Then he armlet toggles, gets back up, looking to fight again. After Ninja on the other side still has the Dagon. No tail. Will get right click down. Justin Noob getting surged forward. They smell blood, and they're going to find Envy. The Illusory comes in, and then the jump back in. The Dagon slam down coming in from Half an Ninja. See you in the spring in D. 29-16. Another fight going for HellRaisers, and it looks like Trout. This might be their first game to lose or win.
I just don't see, in terms of the draft, how C9 gets back into this. Maybe they can outplay their opponents here, but I just don't think they have any answers to the Huskar. They didn't shut him down, and that's the bottom line. They have no answers to him, and he got the farm he needed. And the biggest thing, too, is that Ninja had a great game. He traded a First Blood at the very beginning for the Wisp, which is fine. Comes back to lane, solo kills the Shadow Fiend, which is great. Despite the Darkseer not having the best early game, he's really bounced back in terms of farm.
Yep.
And his combo is really working nicely with his team. Yeah, there's not much more to say about that. Just the fact that HR has a basically unkillable hero right now. And it's always these last picks, right? It's like 5th pick Huskar or 5th pick Broodmother. You know, these kind of heroes that if you have no counters to them, you just lose, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very scary, but it's that's what you have to watch out for in the drafting phase.
Yeah, and you don't think a lot about the Huskar, especially in this patch, but this draft has been solid from HR. This is a huge series, like Dota Pit, and it's an online tournament, but it's still a lot of money on the line here. Cloud9, of course, like we mentioned, the favorites. This game is not over. They could somehow split up the map just enough for Envy to get, you know, some items. Survivability as well as damage is what he needs, so he's got a long way to go, but they're going to have to make some big plays, and that means not really getting involved in these team fights. They've lost every single one of them since about the 5-minute mark, and now there's going to be added pressure. There's a Solar Crest here on Goddamn, which is even more to deal with. More right-click damage coming up for just a noob, as well as the evasion, if need be, but I'm wondering, I don't know where they go from here, man.
I have to try to remember if Bane was banned out, but I think maybe Bane would have been a bit better than Rubik. I mean, Rubik is still some kind of disabled, but like I said, they need some way to completely lock down the Huskar. And the only support that comes to mind is doing that the best is like a Bane. They don't have too many ways to stop his ulti. I guess the Puck Coil and then the... I guess they have a couple, but... yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just kind of going through my head here and thinking about thoughts of how to really shut down this Huskar. What they could have done with the final pick instead of the Rubik. And Bane comes to mind. Maybe a line. Like, again, I don't remember exactly what was banned. Anyway, AA Blast comes out. This one doesn't hit. The Vacuum's trying to help him out, but Bata does dodge that.
Doesn't have to expend his BKB charge. That's important. So that's good. But they will lose their 2-2 tower top lane. And Cloud9 just can't fight this. And they realize this, they head to the enemy jungle, they farm up, they're going to even push into the tier 2 tower bottom, and if they get this trade, that'd be actually beautiful for them. But the problem is that their tier 3 is being silted. There's an Aegis on the Huskar, just fighting it up as it is. Envy's still sitting down towards that bottom tier 2 tower. There's going to be the Sunray. Just a noob, he doesn't really give a damn. He's got his Inner Vitality ready to go. They even have Greaves as well if need be, but they're just going to cold embrace him. They'll lose the tier 2 tower, so that's at least good for Envy, but he's going to have to come back eventually if they want to keep his tier 3 tower. This could be it, man.
AA Blast coming out. It will miss. It's a pretty big thing here for Cloud9. Maybe they can defend with this. He does steal. Okay, nice. He cast the Vortex before. I did forget about this. I totally forgot that Sunray is amazing against Huskar. It's pure damage, and it actually really owns him.
Yeah, as you can see, it's not feeling too good. He gets cold embraced as he was jumping in, but there's going to be the Dream Coil coming through. Fatsa's Requiem just pushing them back. Call down. It's going to be on to 3. They get the Guardian Greaves off. Fatsa getting X'd up. Dagon comes through as well. He's got his BKB. He's going to have to get it off. He can. He goes down. He does have buyback. Misery getting Winter's Curse as well. They do tether through, relocate. Going just in his second year from No-Tail back into the fray. They come back in. Justin, his age is finally expended. Fatsa, there's a wall. Envy's dead. He's got buyback. He might have to use it. It's 27 minutes in, and they might just get raxed here. Maybe not. HellRaisers, they don't have enough health. Can't stay in the fray. They'll have to back away. Bone7, Icarus diving. They were looking to turn on that, but they couldn't quite find the initiation. And so they do hold, lose the tier 3 tower. They don't take any racks, but they force out 2 extraordinarily big buybacks from Cloud9.
They don't have to fight here. Their wall is down, their coil is down. I think they should just go back and farm their lanes. Like they They can farm their lanes, they can farm entire jungle of Cloud9, they can farm bottom. Alright, they want to keep going.
They want to go, they want to fight.
A mistake.
Justin Noob's going in, Halbert's up on Envy, now getting right click down, he's getting tethered and IO'd, but not there. They look at the Supernova off bots, it pops the BKB, they lose the Winter Wyvern for HellRaisers, after Ninja hightailing it out of there, but Justin Noob going to work, man-moding it up. He's just going to be a raid boss, and they can't take him down. 27 minutes in, HellRaisers takes the first game in this best of 3 against Cloud9. Oh, Trout, what a game.
Dear Lord, man. Like I said, these 5th pick Huskars are extremely scary when you have absolutely no counters. And the biggest thing too, keep in mind that they already had the AA picked up, so it's not like, all right, we can pick up the AA in response, so we can't armlet toggle. It was already picked up for them, so not only was it a good pick for them,